Hello, this is Chrissy Wai-Ching, and I'm a designer of clothing, Wai-Ching clothing that is. And I'm here today to talk to you about my addiction. Well, I would like to confess that I'm addicted to silk. Not just any silk, but silk couture, silk pieces. Some people like to call them outfits, but to me, they're just like art pieces. For example, if we look at this jacket, which I give all my pieces titles because they're just like children to me. This jacket has plant leaves on it. That's why I call it the plant jacket. And I've hand dyed all these colors, and I actually got the idea to make this jacket when I was at Joshua Tree because I noticed that all the colors were very subtle, but there were actually some purples in there and a little bit of bronze and a little bit of this great green. So I thought, oh, I should make an outfit to go with that. And there's actually matching pants, which unfortunately couldn't make it to be here with us today, but I'm sure that they appreciate being mentioned. I do a lot of dresses, like this style of dresses, which a lot of people ask, well, in Seattle, where would I wear such a dress? And to that, I would like to say, to your wedding, my dear, to your wedding. And also to your prom. So, and then this is a similar dress, but this is with the silk charmeuse, and see how flowing this is. And this is part of the reason that a girl like me could get so addicted to silk if you just feel it in your hand. I think this is something very feminine, that a woman loves to just feel the fabric. Like a lot of people come in here and say like, oh, I just want to feel everything. And that's kind of how I feel about silk. It's just the sumptuous feeling in your hand, and then the feeling of creating with silk, the way that the silk colors are revealed to you when you're actually looking at it after you dyed it and you're ironing it out and spreading it out, and you can just see everything coming alive. Well, today I'm wearing the Lotus jacket, which has pin tucks around the waistline, pin tucks around the lower arm, and then this freestyle stitching that I call Signature Wai-Ching, because it's basically just stitching that I do much like I would do drawing, and it's inspired by traditional Chinese character strokes, and it's kind of winding down the sleeve, winding around the back. And this is actually one of my best-selling jackets, mostly in this color, and I really like to wear it just because I love Mandarin colors and the way they feel, and it's a very elegant look to me. And then the pants, these are actually my favorite pants as well. And these are called the maudlin pants. And I know that maudlin actually means sad, but I just kind of liked the way the word sounded, but I didn't think that the pants were actually sad. Although in a certain way, you could say that it is a little bit sad because these are actually made of scraps. So these are like the rejected fabrics, the maudlin fabrics. But then with the colors all together, they really don't seem that maudlin. They actually seem very joyful. And they're attached with pin tucks. And in the back, there's some different colors. And these pants actually get a lot of response when I wear them out. And some of the funnier ones are, I guess, people who survived the 70s are kind of like, oh, what are those hippie pants, and you don't know shit about the 70s, and what are you doing wearing those hippie pants, and I fought in Vietnam, and I know all about the 60s and the 70s, but a lot of people just like it and don't get all like, ooh, you're not really a real hippie, which I'm not really trying to be a hippie, but I just like the cut of the 70s. And I think it's very complimentary to the body, and it really elongates the legs and kind of smooths all the curves. And so I'm really inspired by 70s forms and also Victorian age forms. So a lot of my skirts, for example, have this kind of Victorian bell shape where it's very fitted through the waist and the thighs, and then it kind of bells out at the bottom. It's very sexy. And then in this skirt, there's actually the lucky coins in here, which I kind of thought of this because, well, my dad's actually Chinese, and my Chinese grandparents when I was a kid would always send me lucky coins on Chinese New Year's. So I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool to put the lucky coins inside the clothes, and you can kind of see them, and they also give kind of a nice weight onto those spots where every girl wants a little bit of weight. For example, where a belt might be normally, or just kind of laying against those parts that you might want to stress a little bit, and you might want to kind of curve in a little bit, so you have the weight of the coins there. So it's decorative, but it's also serves a purpose. So that's basically, you'll see there's coins throughout a lot of my work, like in this corset there's coins along the front of the bodice, and then you can see the signature Wai-Ching stitching, which is a lot of fun to do. And it's funny because a lot of the time the stitching will kind of show my mood as well with the strokes. Like if I'm really mad, sometimes the strokes will be really choppy, and if I'm feeling really happy and mellow, they'll be very smooth. So it's a lot of fun, and it makes each piece really unique.